We begin tonight at 6 with the cancellation of Fiesta Indianapolis. This event has celebrated Hispanic culture in downtown Indy for decades, but now organizers say safety concerns are forcing them to celebrate in a different way.
Our Brandon Schaff explains the effort that's still underway to highlight the local Hispanic community.
Fiesta Indianapolis is organized by Latino nonprofit La Plaza. In a release this week, they announced that the festival was canceled, quote, after thoughtful consideration of several factors beyond our control, and most importantly, out of deep concern for the safety and well-being of the Hispanic community. Lena Caudill lives in downtown Indianapolis and said that it's sad the event was canceled due to safety concerns, but understands safety is a priority.
It is a little kind of disappointing that we're in a time where we can't celebrate the culture in a safe way.
Fiesta Indianapolis is a huge celebration in downtown Indianapolis, right here, celebrating Hispanic culture. Well, even though it's not happening in person this year, they're still finding ways to celebrate that culture in a different way.
By partnering with Univision and keeping those stories present and still educating the community of Indianapolis, I think that's still great.
Nicole Martinez-Legrand with the Indiana Historical Society explained that Fiesta is the state's largest Hispanic and Latino festival. She said that La Plaza partnering with Univision doesn't replace Fiesta, but continues to celebrate Latino culture in Indy. People we spoke with agree, saying support doesn't begin and end with the festival, noting local shops play a big role in lifting up the Hispanic community.
Not only like different cultural groups, but also ethnic and religious groups as well. So definitely shop local, and I understand the community's support.
Thousands attend Fiesta, and this year's would have been on September 20th at American Legion Mall. La Plaza said that it's always been a celebration of shared heritage, resilience, and joy. Martinez-Legrand talked about what it will be like when the festival returns.
It's still going to be the same lively events that you'll have with, just the community and people who support the community or people who want to learn more about the Latino community.
La Plaza added that they'll work with Univision to highlight the people, places, and stories of Central Indiana's Latino community. Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
Now, despite the cancellation this year, La Plaza thanked the community and those involved with Fiesta for their support and understanding, and they made those comments in their press release.
This isn't the first time that we've seen an organization change plans because of increased immigration enforcement.
13 News reported back in May on the decision by a Bloomington refugee office to close its doors temporarily. The Exodus refugee office in Bloomington shut down after hearing reports of ICE operations in Monroe County.
Bloomington Mayor Carrie Thompson addressed those concerns, saying federal immigration enforcement falls outside the city's legal authority and urged anyone in need to reach out to local organizations for help. Angela?
Scott, as expected, more clouds than sunshine, although we did have a few peaks of sunshine today. Temperatures again in the 70s. That's where we will stay through 9 o'clock. Eventual low temperatures, low to mid 60s. Morning fog could be an issue early tomorrow morning. That would be the only thing to slow you down in that Friday morning drive. Morning temperatures in the 60s. Once we get rid of the fog, we've got sunshine and highs in the low 80s in that Friday forecast.
Developing tonight at 6, a jury has now convicted an Indianapolis woman of a deadly shooting in Broadripple.
Her sentencing is now scheduled for September 12th. Police say it was June of 23 that Kara Hines shot 4 people in Broadripple, killing 3 of them. Her attorneys claim self-defense. Prosecutors say that wasn't the case.
Hines faces 45 to 65 years in prison for each count of murder. She also faces 1 to 6 years in prison for reckless homicide.
A mother and a father are facing felony neglect charges in 2 unrelated separate cases this summer where their 2-year-old shot and killed themselves using their parents' gun.
Rich and I talked with both families today who are now dealing with criminal charges in addition to grief.
Melissa Etheridge memorialized her grandson with a tattoo on her arm. 2-year-old Javarius Bickett shot and killed himself with his mother's gun June 19th. He found Kiara Bickett's gun in her unzipped purse in their car in a CVS parking lot. Bickett is charged with neglect resulting in death.
I'm not saying they should just walk for free, maybe, whatever they decide, but a level 1 felony, that is like murder. Like, she did not murder her child. She did not hurt her child.
Leonte Anderson faces the same neglect charge in the shooting death of his daughter, Harmony. She apparently shot herself inside this home on Ralston Avenue on July 11th. Court records say that Leonte Anderson left his loaded gun not on safety on top of a shoe rack where his 2-year-old daughter could get to it. Anderson is wanted. Family told me Thursday they expect him to turn himself in soon. Bickett makes her first court appearance Friday. In Indianapolis, Rich Nye, 13 News.
An Indianapolis man currently serving time in prison for murder will now serve additional time for a firearm violation.
Troy Briscoe received 6 additional years to his 62-year sentence today after being convicted of possession of a firearm by a serious violent felon. Currently, he's serving prison time for the murder of a 30-year-old woman. A jury convicted Briscoe earlier this year for shooting and killing Sabrina Cohen back in 2023.
Tonight, a second person is now facing charges in connection to a human trafficking operation here in Indianapolis. 18-year-old Tamia McKinney is accused tonight of luring her friend to a hotel where she was forced to have sex with several men. Tonight, McKinney is facing 2 counts of promoting prostitution. A second suspect, 31-year-old Levy Grace, is accused of being the leader, helping set up those encounters and then taking money from the victims.
Tonight, the Johnson County prosecutor hopes that a picture of his face, which is blasted on a digital billboard on the south side, will turn away wannabe criminals.
Our Ashton Hackman shows us tonight what this billboard looks like and explains why the prosecutor says it's necessary.
Along Interstate 65, just over the Johnson County line, it's a billboard not just turning heads, but hopefully turning away crime.
If you're coming here to commit crimes, turn around.
Prosecutor Lance Hamner has served Johnson County for more than 2 decades. He says he's personally seen an uptick in Indianapolis criminals venturing out to commit crime in Johnson County.
Lots of times I hear from police officers, both Indianapolis police and Johnson County police, that they arrest somebody near the county line and they want to know which side are we on. So this billboard says this is it right here. You're crossing in. If you're coming here to commit crimes, turn around.
The 14 by 48-foot digital billboard is just over the Marion-Johnson County line. Attention criminals, it says. Cross the line, you'll do more time. Johnson County Sheriff Dwayne Burgess makes a cameo too.
I pitched the idea to the sheriff. He loved the idea, wanted to be part of it.
The message is on display for 8 seconds every minute. That equals out to about 130,000 views a week. The sign will stay up for 4 weeks, costing roughly $4,000. It's paid for by suspects, adding to the criminal diversion fund.
People we're trying to deter are the people who are paying for it.
And those people, Hamner said, live elsewhere.
I hear from the sheriff that there's more people in the jail that are from other counties, and particularly Marion County. And then when we look at our charging documents, we're seeing a lot of people from Allen County, and we want to send them a signal. Don't come here, because there's going to be a price to pay.
He points to judges and prosecutors.
We have to have strong judges who are willing to impose the sentences that's going to deter this kind of crime, and we have that in this county.
Hamner said he hopes the message sticks around even after the billboard comes down. Reporting in Johnson County, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
The Marion County Prosecutor's Office didn't want to comment on this story. In the meantime, Lance Hamner tells us he's already had another prosecutor ask him how to put up their own billboard. Well, the Colts will hit the road this weekend for the team's final preseason game.
Ahead here at 6:20, head coach Shane Steichen shares his message to his team. Angela?
Anne-Marie, we get as warm as the mid-80s to start the weekend, all ahead of even cooler air coming.
Construction is underway right now at an intersection on the south side of Indy.
We have a look at the improvements coming over the next few months.